Hello, I'm Sirat, and today I'm here to discuss custom dimensions and metrics. Now, first of all, the question arises that why do we even need custom dimensions and metrics? Using Google Analytics and Google Tag Manager, we are able to track a lot of data about the user. Like we are able to track the page views and we are able to track the events such as click and scroll. But even after that, sometimes we need to create a custom dimension. Let's say that we are tracking affiliate and partner traffic. So for doing that, we will have to keep track of our affiliate ID, right? And for that, we will need to create a custom dimension. Now, let's see that how can we do that. So first, let's go to Google Analytics and inside the admin, we will have this option. If we scroll down, we will have this option of custom definitions. And inside it, we have custom dimensions and custom metrics. Now, let's click custom dimensions here. We have this option of creating a new custom dimension. Now, this can be according to what we want to measure. We have the option to input the name. Let's say we write user ID, right? Then we have the option of selecting the scope. Here we have four options. First is a hit. So the hit is basically a particular hit or an individual hit. Then we have session. So session track all the hits that are done within a particular session, like from the first hit to the last hit, all the hits, right? Then we have a user. So for user, it will be more user specific, like it will track the current session as well as the upcoming session. Then we have product. So anything related to e-commerce can be under this category. For like, let's cancel this. I have already created two custom dimensions, affiliate ID and customer ID. Here, the name is affiliate ID, scope is session, and it is active. And the customer ID, the scope is user, and it's also active. Now, if we see in front of each custom dimension, we have an index. So for affiliate ID, it's one, and we have a scope, it's session, and the last changed date and the status. Similarly for customer ID. Now, let us go to Google Tag Manager and see that how can we extract these values from the URL and send it to Google Analytics. Now, first of all, as we know, for extracting any value from the URL, we need to create a variable, right? So here, in user-defined variables, I have created a variable which is named as URL affiliate ID. Now, if I click edit, the variable type is URL as it is helping me to get the value from the URL, and the component type is query. So query basically just goes to the URL and fetch the value of the query key. Here it is affiliate ID, right? Aff ID. So I have named this URL affiliate ID. I have created another variable which is URL customer ID. It is also doing the same thing, but it is getting the value of the customer ID, right? URL customer ID. Now, we have created two variables. Now, we go to Google Analytics cross-domain variable, which is basically a Google Analytics setting type. And here we have the tracking ID and all these things set up, which we did in our previous videos. If I click edit and I go to more settings here, I will have the option for custom dimensions. And here for linking this custom dimension to Google Analytics, we have to specify an index. So as the index of affiliate ID is 1, we have specified 1 here, and the dimension value is URL affiliate ID. This is the variable that we just saw. And the second one is a customer ID. So index is 2. We have also entered 2 here. And then we have URL customer ID. This is also the variable that we just saw. In a very similar way, we can also track metrics. Like if we go to Google Analytics, we have the option of custom metrics where we can just create a new metric, and it gives us additional options such as formatting type because it is a value, right? Then we have the option of selecting integer, currency, time. We have minimum value, maximum value, which is optional. We can give it or skip it according to our own need. And we have all these options, right? Now, if we go to Google Tag Manager, and here we have the option of custom metrics where we can just add the metric. But we'll skip it for now. We are just seeing the dimensions here. So we have edited this. And now let's hit save. Okay. Now let's go to preview. And click connect. Now in the URL, let's add the parameters have ID 1, 2, 3 and ID 2, 3, 2, 3. Right? So we have added the parameters. Now ideally we should be able to see them, but let's just verify it. So here, click continue. In the container loaded, we should see our universal and our text tag. And if we go inside it, we click the values here. So it is showing us the dimension 2323, but it is not showing us the first dimension. And why so? Yeah, because I have made a little mistake. It is FIB, right? Let's hit enter again. Now let's go again to container loaded. Yeah, so now it is showing us the value of both the dimension, the affiliate ID and the customer ID. So we extracted this value from the URL and now we are sending it to Google Analytics. We can see that if we go to inspect and I have this extension here, console, I have this extension GA debug. So I go to console here. We'll be able to see our dimensions. Yeah, so we are able to see dimension 1 and dimension 2 and the values that we extracted from the URL. Now, we can also extract the value from the data layer and set it as a custom dimension. But for that, the value should be available to us in the data layer, which can basically be done by a developer, or we can simply push it on our own like we see in the previous videos. So, but for fetching the value from the data layer, we will have to create a data layer variable. So this is how we can create custom dimensions and metrics and use it to our benefit. Thank you.